What's up, wavy gang? Back with another video, and today I saw by the title, I'm gonna be filling you guys in on the scoop. What happened with me and Marquise? If you guys do not know who Marquise is, if you click my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and those post notifications to be notified when more bangers drop. If you don't know who Marquise is, he's featured on my channel a lot, and it is my brother. I used to live with him, but I don't anymore, due to problems. But I will be explaining everything and all the false allegations. I'll be addressing everything and putting the true story out there with messages, receipts, videos, and it's gonna get real crazy. So also saw by the title, it's gonna be a mukbang, because I definitely order for you guys know when I be telling T I gotta eat, because I be hungry. But I ordered from this place called Plaza Azteca, and I heard they got Mexican food, so I was like, you know what, let me order it. And I ordered 2 things, but they come really big, so it's like I'm probably not gonna eat both of them, so I'm probably just gonna give the other one to my sister. But look at this, like, let me just show you guys this masterpiece. Guys, like, look at this. Focus. This looks great. Like, I just can't wait to jump into this. But my social medias will be linked down in the description down below. As always, if you ever want to contact me, because I respond to all my fans. And let's just get right into this video. So I just got myself a water out of my fridge, and then I left my chips downstairs, so I just got my chips. But let me just start explaining to you guys what happened between us. One night he decided to sneak out, and obviously, as you guys know, it's a global pandemic, so we're not able to go outside. And plus, my mom works in the medical field, so she does not play that whatsoever. So he decided to sneak out, and he went to go see this girl. I'm not gonna say no names because that's confidentiality, and I don't want to get sued. But he went to go see this girl. He had sex with this girl, and he was planning on getting this girl pregnant. So he went to her house. He had sexual intercourse with her, and he did it inside of her. So he came back home, he snuck back in, and he came back with blood on him, and it was just nasty. And he was like, oh, I did it inside of her, I'm gonna have a baby, this and that. So mind you, he snuck, and then after this, he snuck out numerous times, because, you know, he's like, I'm not getting caught. We didn't have cameras at the time, so he was getting away with it. So like a couple weeks go past, and she's saying, oh, like I didn't get my period, I'm getting cramps, and he thinks that she's pregnant. Mind you, they didn't take a pregnancy test or nothing, he just assumed. So one night he sneaks out again. So my mom, I guess he snuck out too early because my mom was still awake, and he put straws in the basement door to like keep it from closing so he can come back in. So my mom just happened to be washing clothes. So she went to go downstairs, and she felt a breeze when she opened the basement door. So she thought someone broke in because the door was open. We have a basement door to lead into the basement, and then a basement door to lead outside. So she thought someone broke in. So she went to go get brandy, this and that. They just figured it out. They thought the wind just opened it. But my mom saw straws on the floor, like, why is there straws on the floor? But she didn't pay no mind to it. So the next day comes, and Brandy, she texts in the group chat, and they're like, oh, who left my house after hours? Because I did that before, but I went to look at GoPuff before. So they're like, who left my house after hours? If you guys say it now, you just get your games taken away for a day. If no one speaks, then everybody will get their consoles taken away for a week. So, you know, a week is not that bad, even if nobody said anything. But Marquise texted my mom, like, oh, I just went outside to go get a face mask. So he already got a cover up for sneaking out. So, you know, she like, okay, and this and that. So my mom tells Brandy, like, oh, whatever, and they're like, give me the cord. They're like, give me the cord to your PS4, whatever. So he like, oh, so he misinterprets the message. He thinks that he was gonna get his game taken away for a week instead of a day. But even if it was a week, you still snuck out, but they don't know that. It's just, that's your cover up. So just take it while you can. So they were like, give me your cord to your PS4. So then that's when he's like, you know what, this and that. He takes his whole PS4 and his whole monitor and puts it on the floor in the hallway. So now he's crying over a PS4. Mind you, he still has his phone. He had everything else, every other electronic, his laptop. He has phone. He had all that. He still had communication. They just said, we're gonna take a game for leaving the house at night, whatever. That's not bad. So he puts it on the floor in the hallway, like somebody's supposed to pick it up, like they're his slave. That's good. Like they're his slave. So Brandy comes in our room, and she's like, oh, I told you to put it in my room. But it was just cord. So she was like, can you take it off the floor? He was like, nope, I'm gonna leave it right there. She was like, you know, I'm not about to sit here and be no slave. I'm not about to take disrespect. And mind you, let's jump years back. This is Marquis' first time running away. Marquis ran away the first time, and he was yelling at Brandy. He would say hurtful shit to Brandy and my mom. He stood up to my mom, mad stuff. Like, Marquis is disrespectful. So Brandy letting him back in the house was already like a plus. Like, you should be grateful. Because he ran away from our house, then he ran away from his dad's house because his dad's girlfriend, I guess, the stepmom was the issue again. So it's like everywhere he goes, the step-parent's always the issue. So he always wants to blame it on the step-parent. So then that's when Marquis was like, oh, I better get my stuff back tomorrow, this and that, like demanding his stuff. Because he was like, oh, when Jalen was doing stuff, he only got his game taken away for like a month, and only got it taken away for 2 days, and this and that. He was just saying trying to bring other people down with him because he messed up. And mind you, they still don't even know that you snuck out. They think that you just went to go get a face mask. So just, even if it was a week, take the week and move on. If it was a day, they don't know you snuck out. So just take the week. But it was originally a day, but just take the week if it was. You know, they get in an argument. You know, my mom Brandy, like, is disrespectful, this and that. So then that's when he's yelling at Brandy, like, oh, you're not my mother, this and that. He's just yelling. I'm gonna insert all the clips of everything. Like, I'm gonna show you guys the argument right now.
Ain't nobody being different.
Like that?
Somebody gotta speak their mind in this house.
No! You got legs, get your ass in more for
Okay,
you
bye.
not gonna do
Bye.
for no reason.
Bye.
For no reason.
Bye.
Yo, shut the
up.
him. Bye.
Shut the fuck up!
Walk out.
You gonna go out there in a world where the people die, right? That's what you want? That's what you want?
He did, he would be gone.
That's what you want? To be out in the street, ass?
Can I have
I bust my ass? No, because you're not leaving my house.
Can I have my card?
You're not leaving my
Can I
house.
have my card?
You're not leaving my
Can I
house.
have my card?
You're not leaving my
Can I have
house.
my card?
So that's him argument. I'm like, this and that. So Brandy had to leave the house. Brandy left the house because she was like, I'm not about to sit here and keep taking this disrespect from this child. And she took her kids with her, and they went to a hotel. So then this is like putting my mom's marriage at risk, because they're like, oh, I'm gonna get a divorce because this boy keeps disrespecting me, and you're kind of allowing it, letting him stay here, this and that. You know, Brandy has every right to feel that way because something that he disrespected. He's like, oh, you're not my mother. And mind you, she been with my mom for 11 years. That's when Marquis was what, 6, 7? Marquis, that's your parent. There's times that Marquis said, oh, you know, Brandy, you're like my dad, this and that. And then he switches up. Every time something goes bad, he always blames it on Brandy. So she went to go stay in a hotel for the night with her kids. And I was trying to tell Marquis, like, Marquis, at the end of the day, you're doing all this extra shit when you know you snuck out. You sit here like, oh no, I only went outside to go get a face mask. You're over dramatic, you're overdoing it, this and that. When that wasn't even the case, you snuck out 3, 4 times. And they don't know about it. So just, even if it was a week, take the week and move on. You still had your phone. You're crying over a PS4? Because you couldn't play Fortnite? Are you serious? Grow up. You're 17. About to be 18. So I'm telling Marquis, I'm like, Marquis, just breathe. Just like, you know you snuck out. Even if it was a week, take the week. He's like, nah, this and that. And he's still going off. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're doing the absolute most when you know what you did. So my mom's sad because they're talking about divorce and this and that. And that's when I'm trying to talk to Marquis in front of my mom. And he's still disrespecting my mom, still yelling at her like, oh, you're not getting it. This is like, you're not getting it. Shut up for a second, listen, and reevaluate your situation and get better. Like, what are you doing? You're small-minded. I'm 15 and you're 17, about to be 18. You should be the one telling me this. I'm sitting there as your younger brother telling you this because you don't know how to act. Are you serious? You need to grow up. So that's when my mom was like, oh, if I'm gonna be miserable, you're gonna be miserable. So that's when she took his phone. So he still had his phone all this time when this was all going on, but she finally took his phone at night. So, you know, we went to sleep, whatever. Woke up the next morning. This is when the story just like gets crazy. Like, I'm gonna leave some parts out due to legal reasons because so my friend Catherine, she calls me. She like, did Marquise mean to post that on his Instagram story? I'm like, what? So she sent us the video. It was a challenge. I can't show the challenge because it's very explicit and it has some sexual content in it. But it was a video of Marquise having sexual intercourse with many girls, and they posted. It was like, he's a hoe, and it just had his sex videos in a video. So they posted that on his Instagram. So they hacked his Snapchat in his Instagram, and we probably know who it was. I'm not gonna say names, and we just addressed it. So that's when Marquise goes to my mom's room. He's like, Ma, oh, they're exposing me. Can I get my phone back just so I can delete the post, fix everything, this and that? And she's like, no, give me your password. So that's where his dumb self messed up. Like, why would you give her your password? So he gives her the password, and now she has access to everything. So then that's when he was like, oh, I think it's this girl, this and that. So he called the girl that he snuck out to go see. And that's when she's like, my mom's like, oh, you did this to my son. You posted this on his story, this and that. I'm gonna put you in jail, this and that. And then my mom told Marcus to get out, and she was like, oh, so you're the one pregnant by my son. So then the girl's like, oh yeah, and she's like, how are you pregnant if we've been in quarantine for 4 months? You're sitting here lying, and you have to get a pregnancy test because my son hasn't been out of the house in 4 months, and then that's when it comes out. The girl's like, oh, your son came to sneak out multiple times to come see me, and then that's when my mom was shocked. That's when she was just like, wow. Like, my wife had to leave the house. She got disrespected. She did all that, and you didn't even get a face mask. You snuck out my house 3 to 4 times. That's when my mom, like, broke. She was like, what? So then that's when my mom goes over to the room. She's like, you snuck out my house? What? Oh, you can't be here. So what she meant by you can't be here, she said, I'm gonna find a place for you to go. You better not leave. That's when the clip that I showed previously, that's when all this is happening. So that's when he's like, oh, can I get my card? Can I get my card? Can I get my card to leave, to pay for an Uber or whatever? And she's like, no, you're not going nowhere. No, you're not going nowhere. Because she's telling him, like, Marquise, you're going to stay here until I can find somewhere for you to go that's safe without corona, you know? So he like, oh, no, I'm going to leave. So then my mom went to go to the girl's house to pregnancy test her and have a talk with her. Like, I'm so sorry. This and that, da-da-da. And mind you, the girl's 15 and Marquise about to be 18. That's none of my business, child. We're going to get into all that. So when my mom goes to the girl's house to pregnancy test her or whatever, that's when Marquise packs his stuff and leaves. My mom told him specifically not to leave. He packed his own stuff and left the house. So him telling everybody that we kicked him out, we didn't kick him out, we told him to stay. We were gonna remove him from the house, yes, but we were gonna find a substantial place for him to stay that's safe. But we didn't say there would have been time limit. It would have been a week, a month, a year, just so where we could find that you can go that's not this house because you're not fit for this house. But he got his stuff, packed it up, and left. So where he went is my grandma's house. Let me explain this. My grandma and that family it's a whole lot. They done talked about my mother. When I was homeless, if you guys didn't watch the Malachi video, it's explaining my whole life situation and how I got through everything. I was homeless at one point because my house burned down. I was homeless for a year. So I was about to house to house, and I was living with my grandma at one point, and they kicked us out. And they were kicking us out because my mom and Brady were arguing a lot, they were fighting, and they didn't want to deal with that. So they kicked us out. So it's like, you're her mother. You're my mom's mother. You should, at the end of the day, if they're fighting, you help them fix their relationship. You don't just kick them out on the street knowing that we got nowhere to go. So that's why it's like that family's weird. So they also stole my mom's engagement ring. It's just like so much stuff, and they accuse us of stuff. It's just like so much stuff. So my mom done got raped by her uncles, by that family, and it's just like it's so crazy. Like that family is not it. They're just full of sexual predators and allowing sexual predators, because it's just, my mom tried to tell her mom that she got touched and her mom hit her. Like, it's just like, and you want to be with that ghetto-ness, that ratchetness when we live good, you'd rather be with them. That's so, I don't get how you can downgrade. once I live a good lifestyle, I don't ever want to go back. So I don't understand how he could do that and he's okay with it. So he goes with my grandma, whatever. So then that's when everything starts sparking up. So he's posting on social media like, oh, mama, it's crazy how my mother kicked me out of my house, this and that, and he's dragging my mom on social media. My mom did not kick you out the house. Please stop saying that. Like, nobody kicked you out the house. You got your own stuff. You grabbed your own shoes. You grabbed your own bag, and you walked out the house yourself. My mom was at the girl pregnancy testing, the girl that you thought you got pregnant, which she's not even pregnant. She was doing that for you. You look dumb. You packed your own stuff and left. So what are you talking about? So that's when it's like, I'm seeing all this and I'm not reacting because I know what my household was. That's why I didn't bring it to social media for a quick second. I knew what my family in this house did. We know what we did. And we didn't do nothing wrong in the situation. Marquise over-exaggerated over a PS4 because you got your game taken away for a week. Are you serious? Grow up. So I felt like I didn't have to explain anything. So then he's just like going on, bashing my mother, bashing my mother, bashing my mother, bashing my mother. I'm like, okay. So I'm telling my mom I'm watching his story. I'm like, well, he's kind of bashing you, whatever. Like, and that's when she tells me to bring it to social media because it's like I have a platform and I can correct the allegations because there's people on Facebook texting her like, oh, you took your son to the house, you're a bad mother, this and that. My mom didn't do nothing. So he's making it seem like we're the bad ones. So that's when I bring it to social media. I put out messages, videos, all that. That's when everybody's like, oh, like, Marquis, like, why are you lying? Like, that's not really what happened. That's when everybody starts questioning him. So that's when a lot of things come to the surface. So this is when me and Marquis start getting into arguments. I'm gonna put all the messages right. I'm gonna put them right here. I'm gonna put all the messages right here. It's a whole nother. We just started arguing because he was like, oh, you started making posts about me, this and that. And I was like, yes, I'm making posts about you. Because I posted in my private story. I was like, imagine sitting here bashing your mother when she didn't do nothing but sit here and support you. And I guess I'm gonna show him. And then that's when he started giving an attitude. He's calling me a faggot, calling me so much stuff. Like, he was so rude. Like, it's just crazy. He was bashing me to the end, to the extent. And I was just like, okay. So that's when I'm like, okay, you're done. So I'm just being petty. I'm like, okay, but didn't you, technically you're in 10th grade because you didn't get enough credits for the 7th grade. You need to get your stuff together. You're in impact program, which is credit recovery. So you need to get your stuff together. You have 20 plus bodies. And it's just like, you have so much stuff. You're living off a backpack. So it's like, and then you have, I'm gonna get to that. So there's just so much stuff wrong with him. And he's trying to come for me and calling me a faggot. Like, oh, that's why your dad left, this and that. And he's trying to sit here and attack my past. Like, don't do that. So that's when the messages are still showing up. That's when, like, sexual allegations start coming up. So then that's when, like, people are, oh, I'm, like, 13-year-old, a girl in my school, she is in middle school. So I'm not gonna say her name for confidentiality, but she was in middle school and he knows this. Like, you're in my school. Like, the middle school's upstairs, high school's downstairs. So how do you get it mixed up? You know she was in 8th grade, so stop. She was like, oh, he asked me to have sex, this and that. That's when mad girls come forward. It's just so much. Like, it's just, like, crazy. I was just mind-boggled. I was like, what? And they're all sending me the sex videos. I'm like, wait, whoa, slow down. Wait a second. And then it's just so much. So this girl named Sky. So Sky is Marquis' ex-girlfriend. So while all this beef and stuff was happening, whatever, it said Sky was calling me. So I was like, oh, okay, Sky's calling me, whatever. So Marquis picked up. So my thought was Marquis is with Sky and she's trying to set me up. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, yes, what do you want? Because I blocked his number, whatever. Oh, no, because he didn't have a phone, so he called me on Sky's. I was like, what do you want? So he was like, oh, I'm about to beat the out of you and stuff, and he's just going ham. I'm just like, okay. I'm not about to throw punches. I'm gonna throw charges. So if you want to sit here and you want to swing on me, because I don't got time for this. You're my brother. I'm not about to sit here and fight my brother. That's dumb. That's stupid. Oh, I'm gonna get Tatiana to fight Sky because I thought Sky was setting me up personally. But that wasn't the case at all. It's just Marquise, she gave Marquise her backup phone. I didn't know that. So it's like, I thought initially she was just trying to set me up. So then that's when I said, oh, I'm gonna get Tatiana, one person, one girl, the person that you guys know I mess with, like, for life, one girl, Tatiana, to fight Sky. So then that's when Marquise, tells her uncles, like, oh, Malachi's trying to jump Sky. I never said I was gonna jump Sky. I just said I was gonna get one girl to fight her because I'm a boy, and if it's gonna be worse if I put my hands on her than if a girl puts her hands on her. So it's like, I'm just gonna get a girl to fight her. I'm gonna keep some things confidential, but I just want to make it clear that Marquise sent people to my house. Marquise sent people to my house, and they had bad intentions. So it's like, you did all that, and it's just so crazy because he's just making up lies. And then they came to my house to harm me and my mother, and they didn't even know the true story. They just knew what you told them. And it's like, then we tell them the true story, and it's like, oh, they was like, oh, like, it's not even you, it's him. He's arguing over a PS4. He ran away because of a PS4 because he got his thing taken away for a PS for a week. Like, they're just looking at it like, wow, he looks dumb. And that's really the case, because it's like, over a PS4, you look at all this, you created all this mess, you saying you hate your stepmother, you're yelling at your mother, you ran away, you're causing your mom to cry, you're calling your brother a faggot, talking about his past issues, you're trying to get a girl pregnant at 17, you're just reckless. And then you admitted that you didn't, I said he had 30 plus bodies, but he admitted to having 12. I'm like, that's not cute either. Like, what is going on? So, Marquise be showing me, like, a lot of his sex videos, and he doesn't have sex with condoms, and that's the thing. So, and then he goes on social media. He goes on social media again. And if you guys don't know who IFN is, it's a brotherhood. It's just, like, a whole bunch of boys, and they're mad cool. They're mad close together, but they're mad tight. So, he goes on social media, and he says, FYFN. If they got issue, they can pull up to Bristol. What do YFN have to do with any of this? That's what I don't get. YFN's mad cool, they're mad chill, and you just had to bring them in? Because why I think that he was bringing them in is because he was initially supposed to go to Texas with my grandfather. Not the one that died, my mom's dad, her real dad, but my grandfather, period. So, he was supposed to go to Texas with my grandfather. So, because my mom wanted him, my grandfather, to teach him how to be a man, you know, be responsible. So, that's why I thought, that's when all that, because I think that he was just trying to talk all this junk because he was gonna go to Texas. And he thought he was gonna get up the state. So it's like, that's why I think he was talking all that junk. Now that all the sexual allegations came up, and I have so many receipts, messages, sex videos that could put this boy away. I have so much stuff on Marquise. It's just so crazy. Like, Marquise, you trying to harm me and my safety, and it's just, karma hits. Karma works in ways that you don't know. You did all this to send people to harm me, backfire. Now I got their number. They're mad cool. They still call me if I need anything. All these people are sending all the receipts, everything, evidence. It's just like, I win. I mean, putting someone in jail is a long process, and I don't know if it is gonna happen, but it's just like, even if it doesn't happen, I want to come on social media and I want to say the full truth, because I want everyone to know how bad of a person Marquise is. I lost friendships because of Marquise. In Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts, my school, God, I was friends with everybody. I was cool with everyone. Everyone loved me, and nobody had issue with me. Marquise comes to God. He has a problem with Tayel. That's when Tayel sparks up with Mada Princess, EJ. It's just everybody now. Karan, Khalil. And I was mad close with Karan and Khalil and all of them. And we were all so cool. And Marquise beefing with them. And obviously I gotta protect my brother because I can't just choose friends over family. And then he just leaves from the school because he has to go to Impact for credit recovery. So now I'm left at that school with nothing. I have barely any friends. Mind you, I'm okay with having no friends because I'm an independent person. But it just sucks, you know? Like, not having really anybody to talk to, and it's not your fault. Because at the end of the day, all you did was try to protect your brother. And he just is ungrateful. And I was just like, Marquise puts on this facade of someone he's not. Marquise is like, oh, I'm from New York, this and that, talking. Like, Marquise is from New Britain, Connecticut. Marquise was born in New Britain Hospital. He is not from New York. He lived with his dad for a year and like a couple months. And if you were in New York for a year, I guess you could say, because you wasn't there the whole time, but if you was there the whole time, you wouldn't come out like that. You talking about like talking. He puts the W's in talking while he's texting. You don't have to do that. Just because you have an accent doesn't mean it translates to text. Like, that looks stupid. And then he was telling my mom, like, oh, he was like, oh, you're a pill popper, this and that. You're disgusting. You can't even control your own mind. And my mom's sitting here crying on live. If I have the video, I'll put it up right here. You hurting the person that birthed you. That's what I don't get. I could never hurt my mom. Like, the way you hurt her, I could never do that. Because at the end of the day, I know she raised me. No matter how mad I am at her, you can't do that to someone. And it's just like, everybody's believing Marquise. And it's just like, because I never put enough evidence out on the media to validate everything I'm saying. Because the difference between me and Marquise is that I don't have to prove anything to anybody to know I'm official. I don't have to be like, I'm from New York to know I know how to fight. Okay, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. Okay, and I know how to bang. Okay? That doesn't, he tries to validate everything. Like, oh, I'll beat you up because I box. My hands are registered. This and that. Like, he always wants to prove something, and he needs validation. He goes to social media like, oh, my mom did this and that, she kicked me out. I don't have to do that. I know what's the real story, and I don't have to prove it to nobody because I know what happened. And I'm coming to the media only now because it's gotten so far, and I don't know if he's gonna go to jail or not. But even if he doesn't, it's either jail or death. Like, there's no in between with Marquise, unless he really changes, which I don't see that happening anytime soon because he's so stubborn. His anger issues are bad. He doesn't even have anger. He's just dramatic. They're just so bad that I don't think he can change. And there's so many people that text me like, oh, man, like, are you good? Like, do you want me to hurt him? This and that. I'm like, no. Because at the end of the day, that's my brother. I don't care about him anywhere. I really don't. Like, these pictures right here are about to be taken down. I'm probably gonna remove this bed for a couch. I really don't care about Marquise. But I don't want him dead. I don't want to wish death even upon my worst enemy, because it's just like, there's nothing good. What's good that's gonna come out of that? I want him to learn himself. Like, if you want to be from the streets so bad, okay, there's people that's gonna teach you that you want to be from the streets. There's gonna be people that's gonna teach you that. So it's like, I'm not gonna be the one to do that. You're gonna bump into the wrong person one day, and it's just gonna be game over. You done had sex with underage girls, even though one of them lied about their age. I'm not gonna say her name, not the one from my school. A different girl, she lied about her age, but still, you have to figure, before you have sex with a girl, figure out what, that just shows that you don't know people before you have sex with them. He just has sex to have sex. If you can have sex with an underage girl, then that means you don't know enough. You haven't did any digging, like, oh, do you know this girl? Do you know her age? You didn't do none of that. You just went about your day and had sex with an underage girl. That's just, Marquise is just so sick in the head, and it's just like I had a friendship ruined. So she told me I could say her name. Her name is Emily. She is from my school. Me and her had a great bond. We have a great bond now, but we had a great bond, and she would come over. She did my makeup. We was just doing mad stuff. Like, she was mad cool. So one night we went to a dance competition, and he was home, whatever. So that's when Marquise is like, "Oh, I'm trying to like have sex with you." This and that. He's texting her, and I have the screenshot. It's right here.
Hi, it's Malachi. Unfortunately, my friend is sleeping while I'm editing at 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you want the screenshot, just make sure you text me on Snapchat at BushFactor83. It's also going to be linked down in the description down below, as always, with all my other social medias. And let's get back to the video.
Him saying that, like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this with you, this and that, da da da." So I took it off my phone just so she got proof if that ever happened. So then that's when, you know, I go to sleep because I took like Benadryl or something. I went to sleep fast, like I was knocked out. So mind you, they had sex right next to me, like in my room. That's dirty. Like, mind you, Emily, like I don't blame her. I blame Marquise, because at the end of the day, she was 14 or 15. At the end of the day, she's a girl. She's a young girl. Manipulation is a thing. You're at the end of the day, you're 17, you're 17, 8, gonna be 18. Like, it's just like, no, he was 17 at the time. He was 17 and she's 15. It's like, you're gonna manipulate the girl to have sex with you. And of course, you are a handsome man. So it's like, a girl is obviously gonna go be attracted to that. So it's like, it's just manipulation. If nobody sees it, then they're really like demented in the head. And then they had sex, whatever. And then the next day, we went to my friend's house, our friend's house, me and Marquise's friend's house. And he had sex with the sister the next day. You just had sex with someone. Calm down. Do you really need it that bad that you need to? That's dirty. And he was talking about, and then they're like, "Oh, she's dirty. She stinks. This and that. Da da da." He was just dragging her, and he was telling people like, he was telling her not to tell people, but he was telling people like, "Oh, she stink. This and that. She a baba like a tree. This and that." He was just dragging her. Then when Emily told the principal or someone like a advisor, administration, they told my mom. Then my mom's like, "Oh, she's lying, this and that. She didn't have sex in my house. Nah, F that B, this and that." She just going ham on Emily. And it's like, I'm just sitting here like, I know they did it. And it's just like, I can't say anything because at the end of the day, it's my brother. But then that's like one of my best friends. So it's like, I was in a hard situation, and I had to ruin my relationship. I had to keep my mouth closed because I don't want to break the brother code, and I kept my mouth closed because it's just like, I don't know, like it felt so bad, and I literally lost one of my friends' mom, dragging her like, "Oh, she's sitting here online, accused my son doing this," and then this other girl, Ariella's, she said that she had sex with Marquise and Buckley, and then it comes out to be true because Troy was on the phone with Cameron when they went inside Buckley, and it's like, I lost so many friends because Marquise doesn't know how to keep his thing in his pants. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, and look how stupid Marquise looks now. If he would have waited a month, because all this happened like a month or two ago, if he would have waited a month, let's say he did sneak out, right? He would have waited a month. We're able to go outside now. My mom's letting us outside because it's summertime, and she realized that the pandemic is not going to be over anytime soon. So it's like, might as well enjoy your life right now while you can. So it's like, just be safe, practice social distancing, put on a mask. Okay, you can go to your friend's house, go to your girl's house, do whatever. Keep 6 feet apart. Obviously not going to keep 6 feet apart because I don't keep 6 feet apart when I'm at someone's house. But, you know, like, just you got to live your life. And now look at you, a month later, you look stupid because it's like, we're able to go outside now. But you were just so desperate for something that you just had to go. And none of us in the house wanted it. None of us in the house needed it. None of us in the house were fiending for it. None of us in the house fiend for sex. You want it all the time. You have 12 plus bodies. What? A lot of them raw. You're just passing diseases. What? That's so irresponsible, and then you want to be a father at that. And it's just like, I really don't. Marquise is going down this path that is not good. Whatsoever. Because the only options he has left is jail or death. Because he told my mom, he was like, oh, I'm gonna just hustle in the streets. It's not hustle. Eli just died over a girl. Eli just died over a girl. I never knew him, so rest in peace, Elijah. But it's like, you ought to be in the streets so bad, you don't know what the streets are about. You're not from the hood. We're kind of from the hood, but we're not anymore. We live good. Well, if you live good, why do you want to be from the hood? Why do you want to hold guns? Why do you want to swerve V's and swerve cars and do all that? Why do you want to do all that? That's ghetto. No offense to y'all, but that's what people with no life do. You have life. You live in a beautiful home. You live bougie, as you can say. So why not be that bougie man? That bougie, classy man. You could dress up in a suit. You could go out, smell good, go to a restaurant, take your girl out to eat. You don't even know how to maintain a relationship. But you just want to be a hot boy. Charlene was one of the best girls that ever happened to Marquise. And you broke up with her in the summer because you wanted to be a hot boy? You wanted to flirt with every girl at 6 Flags? What? Marquise isn't as good as y'all seem, and it's just like, YouTube, I put out a perspective on Marquise, like, yes, he's amazing. He's funny. He is funny and all that, and you know, he did make a good contribution to my channel, and I'm gonna sometimes miss making videos with him, because we will crack up laughing. But I put up this persona of Marquise, like, he's great. He's not. That boy done abused me, because when he first came back, that's what sent me into my depressive state and everything that I went through. Because when Marquise came back the second time after he ran away, my mom was paying him so much attention, and it's like I all forgot about. And I was just like, he would hit me, throw me into the wall, throw me over my bed, punch me, this and that. He would do all that, and it's like, I would tell my mom, and she'd be like, Marquise, stop. Like, no, you need to take some serious action, or I'm gonna call CPS for real. And that was years ago, but now I know how to handle myself. Nobody's touching me. So it's just like, he's so horrible. Like, that's really all I have to say. And I really don't know what his future is looking like for him. My mom's so sad, it's just broken over it. Like, she just can't deal with it. And I just don't know. And while all this was happening, my aunts, everybody are coming for me. My nephew, because Marquis always been the favorite in that family. He's always been, oh, Marquis, I love you so much. And Malik has never had attention. I don't know if it's because I'm like, well, I'm not that dark, but I'm darker than them. And I'm half black and half Hispanic, and Marquis is 75-25. So I don't know if it's like because he's more Hispanic or something, like more Guala. I don't know if it's like that and they're just discriminating me. I don't know. But Marquis has always been the favorite. So they're all coming at me crazy, this and that, and I'm putting them in check. I'm like, first of all, you need to take care of your daughter sitting here smoking weed. What are you doing? You need to get your life together. And I said, yeah, I need to get my mom back her engagement. I'm just coming for all of them, living all. Like, I'm just coming for all of them, because it's like, y'all not my family. And my grandma, my nana, she called me and she was like, Malachi, you and Marquise need to stop this nonsense. This and that. I'm like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. Marquise sat here and called me a faggot, this and that. He's talking so much junk about me. He's trying to hurt me with his words. Mind you, I don't get hurt by words anymore. Sorry, Papa. But he's trying to hurt me with his words. And you're sitting here trying to tell me that I need to stop? You need to be telling your grandson to stop. I'm not your grandson. I'm not. Don't call me your grandson. I'm Malachi. You refer to me as Malachi. I'm not your grandson. You need to tell Marquise that. Marquise touched his cousin. Marquise touched Alajiani when she was like 6 or something, when we lived in Oak Street. My grandma's the one that told my mom not to tell her mother. Of course, she's not gonna say anything now because y'all probably forcing her not to say anything. Like, I don't, and he's just, and then him having sex with underage girls, it just all lines up. At the end of the day, you had sex with underage girls, and I have messages and videos to back that up. Obviously, I can't show you guys because that's child pornography and distribution of child pornography, but I have all this to back it up. And if he wants it, I will send it to him. So it's like, even if it didn't happen, you have a chain of being a sexual predator. And my mom knowing this, it hurt her so much because it's like her getting touched by her uncles. Marquise, she raised Marquise not to be like that. He ended up like that. And it was a quick time. She was questioning her parenting, like, oh my God, am I a bad parent? I was like, Mom, no. Because at the end of the day, you raised me and Marquise the same way. And you see how I came out? I'm successful. I'm sitting here in front of a camera with thousands of subscribers and thousands of followers on TikTok because you guys are helping my dream come true. I'm chasing my dream. I'm gonna be the person that I want to be. I'm gonna be. I'm manifesting and all that. He doesn't have nothing for himself. His motivation, his etiquette, his everything, his attention span, everything for him is not good. He just wants to be in the streets so bad hustling when you don't have to. You didn't have to hustle in this house. We have everything. All you have to do is work towards your goal. We have money. You need to go to college. Go to college. We'll pay for it. We give you everything in this house. They give us, so we could push forward in the future and have something for our lives. There was a point in time where we had nothing, Marquise, and then now we have everything. And that's still not enough for you, and you want to go back to having nothing? What's the fun in that? What's the purpose? You sent people to harm me, disrespect me, and then if you guys watched the Malachi video, I talked about my dad and his wife trying to put me in jail for sexually assaulting Deanna's son. It just hurts me so much because it's like, I don't know how your own dad could do that. And it's like, they didn't have enough evidence to build the case. So it's different. I didn't do it because, first of all, they didn't have enough evidence because, first of all, my brother was sleeping in the same room with me, Whitney. So it's like, what? That's weird. If I done touched that kid, he probably would have woke up Isaiah. Like, that's weird. Like, I don't do that because I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate. You are. You have a chain of having sex with minors and sexual predation or whatever, and that aligns up. So you touching your cousin could, that the rest makes that valid. So it's like, all I have to say, guys, is Marcus is the person that he's putting it out to be. I showed you guys all the messages. I showed you my mom crying. I showed you him doing all this. I literally have nothing else to say. And he was stunting, talking about, oh, I'm in New York, this and that. He's trying to, like, he's telling people to pull up, but he's like, oh, I'm in New York right now, this and that. He wasn't even in New York. He was in Bristol, Connecticut. I wish him the best, that's all. Because I never wish nothing bad on anybody. But I just want you guys to know the full story before you guys assume. He's not who he seems to be. He touched girls. He had sex with minors. He verbally abused my mother. Made her cry. Heartbreaking. Called me a faggot. Dragging me messages. Talking about you're gonna hit me. You were just at the mall the other day. So I don't understand why you didn't post you in Hartford. You're shook. You're shook. Because if you really wanted static or smoke whatsoever, you would have been dropped the dress. Posted on social media. But that's not what you're gonna do. You wouldn't come to Hartford again. If you come to Hartford, post it. I'm blocked on social media. Unblock me. You talk so much about YFN, and it's YFN been wanting to jump Marquise, but a lot of them have respect for me, and I have respect for them. So it's like they're like, Malachi, you know, like, your brother is talking crazy, but you know, I'm just like, you know what, let him be. Just let him talk on his butt. Like, he's just acting up. They're like, I got you, but he needs to chill out. Like, I've done sat here and had conversations with them to prevent this situation. Like, But now you saying that, I can't protect you anymore. They have all right to do that because at the end of the day, it's not my place anymore. You're disrespecting them, and now they can't take it anymore, and that's not my place. So yeah, guys, that's really it. This mukbang was good. This food was really good. It's called it's Plaza Azteca. I'll put the link in the description down below, as always, along with my social medias. If you ever want to contact me, because I respond to all my fans. I think I got so much property. And if you want to still continue to support Marquis after this, that is your decision. Peace out, guys.